Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want us to do some poultry farming. All right? Poultry farming. And specifically, I want us to find out how much we are going to need to start a poultry farming with only 100 birds. With only 100 birds. How much that you need to start a poultry farming with only 100 birds. And of course, someone who is starting with 100 birds, it's a beginner. So here we are talking about those people who have that idea of coming up with a poultry farm, but they are beginning to do it. They have never done it previously. So if you are that kind of a person and you are watching this video right now, so this video is for you. Make sure that you watch it up to the end because it's going to help you a lot. So without wasting time, how much do you need to start this poultry farm with only 100 birds? Come with me if you want to find out. Now, this is determination of initial capital in poultry farming starting with 100 birds. Of course, here we are talking about the beginner. Remember, it's not a must for you to start with 100 birds. You can start with 50 birds. You can start with 30 birds. You can even start with 1,000 birds, depending on how you're doing pocket-wise. If you have a lot of money and you feel that you want to invest a lot of money there, well and good. But just know how to manage the risk. Now, without wasting time, let's start with purchasing the birds themselves. So, costs of purchase. And one bird is going to cost us 150 shillings, and you need 100 birds. This one is going to cost you a total of 15,000. All right, that is cost number one. Cost number two, you are going to need poultry feeders. Poultry feeders. And with poultry feeders, assuming that one feeder is going to be used by 5 birds, all right? So you are going to have 100 here, divided by 5, and one feeder can cost you up to 300 Kenya shillings, depending on how big it is and the quality of the feeder. So how much do we have here? This is 100 divided by 5, that is equals to 20 times 300. So we'll need 6,000 for poultry feeders. And then number 3, we need poultry drinkers. And here it's the same, 100 divided by 5 times 300 each. So I'm just taking the average, that is 6,000. Remember, you can reduce the cost of poultry feeders and the poultry drinkers depending if you are going to come up with your own poultry feeders. These are the costs you can do. These are birds. You don't have to use a lot of money to purchase these ones. 12,000 is a lot of money for 100 birds, but if you have a strategy of how you can come up with your own poultry feeders, for example, kama vifaranga wakati ni wadogo, you can kutengeneza something they can be able to feed and drink. But when they grow up, you can kutengeneza something like timber, using timber for feeding and so on. So you can improvise this so that to avoid the cost. Then number 3, for poultry farming, what you need is you need something we call vaccination program. This pen is, vaccination program. All right. Now, and for the first 4 months before they start laying eggs, because if you feed them well, they are going to lay eggs after 4 months. The first four months before they start laying eggs, let's take a cost of 10,000 for veterinary services and buying of vaccinations and so on and so transport services and so on. It's going to cost you 10,000. It's just an approximate amount. It doesn't cost you a lot to buy those vaccines, and so it's not much. All right. Cost number 4, we are talking about shelter. You need shelter or shed. Of course, someone who is starting this business for the first time, you had not made a shed, so you need to come up with one. And with 100 birds, it can cost you up to 60,000. But the cost will vary depending on the kind of structure that you're coming up with. If you want to raise the structure with timber, if you want to raise the structure with cemented, whatever. So it depends on the kind of structure you're coming up with. But make the structure as simple as possible just to avoid a lot of cost. That's why I put 60,000. Make it as simple as possible. Do not complicate. These are birds. They don't have a lot of, but make sure there is enough ventilation in that particular structure to avoid diseases and so on and so on. So you need to know how to manage risk. Number 5 and most important is now the feeding program. And here hapa ndo maneno iko sasa. Hapa hapa kwa chakula, you normally use a lot of money here. So when it comes to feeding program, now chicks between week 1 and week 8, they are going to consume 2 kgs per chick. Then you multiply by 100 of them, that is 200 kgs times, let's give an average price of each kg being 55 shillings. So here we are going to, for the first 2 months, you are going to incur a cost, that is week 1 to week 8, that is 2 months. You are going to incur a cost of 200 kgs times 55, that is 11,000. Yeah, wakati, you see, when they are young, they don't eat a lot. But let's see as we continue. Now, that is the first week, first month. Now, second month, that is week 9 to week 18, you are going to need, each bird is going to consume 7 kgs times 100, and that one is 700 kgs times 55 again. We are just taking the average price, but those who are doing poultry, you can confirm for us the figures. If the feeds are going at this price in the market right now, I don't know, but you can update us on this. Yeah, but I'm going to give you a secret on feeds. Just let us continue with this. This 700 times 55. So in the second 2 months, you are going to consume 38,500. So you're going to use 38,500 from week 9 to week 18. That is the second 2 months. And you expect after 4 months, your birds have already started laying eggs. So, and from week 18 to infinity, they are supposed to consume 14 grams. That is, 140 grams. That is 120 grams to 140 grams. And that is 0.14 kgs. You multiply by 100 birds, which is equals to, that is 0.14 times 100, that is 14 kgs per day times 30 days, which is equals to, that is 14 times 30. So per month, 14 kgs times 30. So that is 420 kgs. You multiply by, again, 55, that is 23,100. So that per month you'll be using 23,100. But for now, I just want us to concentrate on here. Where is it? This one, before they start laying eggs. So huku, hata ukitumia hizi pesa per month, and how you're going to manage that so that you can increase the profits, unajua tu venye utafanya. But for the first 4 months is where they start laying eggs. So we want to concentrate on the first 4 months, the cost needed for the first 4 months before they now start producing eggs. So what is the total cost here? So we are going to take, this is 15,000, then we add 12,000, then we add, this is 70,000, then we add 11,000 plus, then 38,500. So we need 146. Total is equals to 146,500. 146,500. So if you are thinking to start a poultry business or a poultry investment farm, you will need 146,500 to come for the 100 birds if you don't have a shelter. And of course, going forward, you'll need some more money if they don't start laying immediately. So you need some more money. But where is the secret? The secret is here, ladies and gentlemen. You see, if you want to if you want to minimize production cost but maximize the profits when it comes to poultry farming, you need to learn how to make your own feeds. Right? If you're going to continue buying feeds from those veterinary shops and so on, then it's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to input a lot of production cost, but with very minimal profits, and you see as if you are not doing something. But if you master the formula of coming up with your own feeds, you are going to see the difference, and of course, you are going to maximize the profits. All right, guys, that is a secret. Next time, you are going to discuss on how now we can compare the production cost and the profits and see how they are going to go. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is John Moiri, professional accountant. We meet in our next video. Keep watching.